Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elishea. I'm a psychic medium, so everything I do is channeled. And today we're going to be looking at Charlie Kirk. I wanted to finish off my smoke before I got into his reading, out of respect. Like I wanted my desk to be clean and I wanted my smoke to be finished before I got into it. But the energy's pulling on me and I keep hearing the line, and it was so yellow. So, and I keep seeing in his last moments the flash of like yellow or like out the corner, like it almost feels in his face. And then he's telling me it's like my life flashing before my eyes. So that's an experience that he would have had. Itch my nose confirmation. That's just like a little unique thing that comes through. Like my nose will get itchy when you guys know. Thank you for those of you guys who came over from my other channel, by the way, to support me. Also, this one's really important. I'm meant to be cleansing myself right now, but his story is really, really, really important. But I think the fact right now, because I pay attention to my experience, the fact right now that I'm so physically dirty and I can't seem to get myself in the bath when I need to, is giving me a message about the energy, because as a medium, I kind of sign myself up to God, to Spirit, Source, Universe, to allow my life to be a mirror for the people that I channel sometimes. So sometimes those energies will come in, and literally the past few days I've been feeling awful heavy. I've not understood why, but as I'm doing this video right now, it's like clicking and I'm like, I wonder if this is why, because I've just been feeling down in the dumps, even though nothing has changed. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind me smoking. I really wanted to start recording this, but I hadn't finished this because this energy is coming through so strongly. But I don't know anything other than he was shot. Was it in his head or his neck or something like that? I like to have zero information coming into readings about people, because that way it can be as unbiased as possible. I keep hearing for him around the age 27, his life changing. And that makes sense because that's around your Saturn retrograde time frames. And we are going to look at his birth chart as well. I should probably do that, but we'll have a look at it. But it does feel like towards the end of his life, something was dirtied. His name was being dirtied. And what I do feel intuitively is that this is some kind of a government cover-up, because he was talking the word of God. This is a religious man. Something about his death almost reads the same as Liam Payne. Finding out certain things, knowing a bit more than you're meant to know, wanting to speak up about it, and then being removed from the planet as a result of that. So with Charlie, his energy, his death was a removal. Obviously, it's a removal of his energy from this planet. In order to keep something or someone's name clean. I just heard the name Annika, so I don't know if that's like a, or I'm getting anonymous as well. But this was like an attempt here. This was done to take, his life was taken so that someone else's life could and reputation could be spared. Not life, but their reputation. But it could, the way that I just said it was the message. Whoever this person is, whose reputation is more important than someone having their human life, is someone whose life depends on their reputation. So this is telling me someone in politics. Their whole career, they're like, because not everyone has a career to which your reputation matters. People that work in McDonald's, your reputation is not going to matter like that, like in all honesty. But if you work in politics, if you work in the government, your reputation is important. What you have done behind the scenes is important, because the only way the government have power in this world is because there are 8 billion people plus that uphold them. And if it's not for 8 billion people plus over 200 million people in the government, there'd be no government. So this feels like someone in politics. This feels like a hit that was ordered on Charlie. This feels like a government cover-up. This feels like a political death. They're reminding me of Nipsey Hussle as well. So very similar energy of his death, his murder as well. It's coming through very, very strongly. So those are some of the core energies that I'm picking up on. And I love that the light is coming in, because it's just telling me we're cleansing some energy for his soul, because it's hard for souls to be knocked out of lives like that. It was not his time to go. he would have had a, so I need to, this is the part where I'm going to do a little bit of research here. So I'm just going to keep my camera recording as I do that, because honestly, I don't mind. Excuse the dirt on the wall. I just want to keep this as authentic as possible for you guys. I want to have a look at his birth chart, and I obviously want to have a look at a couple of other things as well, because I've gone in blind here. The Queen of Swords has come out though. And then the way my middle finger just went up, so like his death was like a fuck you. It was almost like I'm hearing send a message across the sea. So something about his death again, like it feels very politically driven. And it could have to do with the reputation of someone overseas. Sorry, I'm trying to find my blunt right now. I'm like, where the fuck is where is that gone? I'm hearing Earth School, Earth School. So for his soul, for Charlie's soul, not for, I can't speak these days, for every soul, okay, I'm picking up on something almost like ADHD or like a nervousness or a tick with Charlie, like he maybe sitting still slightly hard, because I'm picking up on the energy. I'm just noticing it in myself as I channel his soul and his energy in his life. He had to be on the movement. I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius energy as well. There was something I was going to say there, but I've absolutely lost it. Okay. Yeah, Charlie Kirk is fairly young, because I was gonna say his face almost looks familiar. I was gonna say he would have had a near-death experience around 47 years old, is what I feel energetically. But this was not his time to go, and he was like really young. He wouldn't have even reached that age yet, you know. But now that I'm, that's all right. Huh? That's all right. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry about that. I'm gonna leave that in. It was just something being slotted in the door to stop it from banging, because it is so windy right now, and it probably was taking someone off here as well. But that feels like a message for me, like a small gap in a door. So when I feel Charlie's soul and his energy, he does feel far removed. Like it feels like he was slapped out. It almost feels like he came out like that to the right. And I'm getting like a tug of war, and I'm seeing a lot of angels like almost yanking on his arm in energy, not his literal arm, of course. Just reading up on him. Okay, let's have a look at his birth chart, because I feel like this is really, really important. Birth chart. I don't know why I heard Gemini rising. I don't know that because the time, but I just heard it like psychically. So 14th of October, Libra, oh, bless his heart, 1993. I can't spell Illinois for fuck's sake. He liked peace and quiet. It's when the thoughts were the clearest. By the way, it's coming through very strongly, which is really beautiful. I don't think I get his time of birth at the moment, which is fine. We'll work without it. Don't tell me there's going to be retrogrades. There's probably going to be retrogrades, aren't they? Okay, so whenever I see a chart that looks like this, It's usually a very calmy. I'm hearing call me. So there's a phone call that Charlie needed to do. I'm hearing the night of his death, day of his death. I'm not, like, literally, I'm researching as I go right now because I like to go in blind. But when I see a chart that's one-sided like that, it's usually quite karma heavy, and very, very, like, saturated. Is saturated the right word? Very dense, heavy energies, and cyclical. So you got stellium in Libra. Beautiful energy. And a stellium in Scorpio. These two energies feel like they work together with him. Now, just a couple of retrogrades, not surprised, this North Node is in Sagittarius. I picked up on Sagittarius energy. There you go. It's retrograde, so confirmation. His Saturn is in Aquarius, also retrograde. Those are the two conflicting energies right now that I'm getting. Mercury in Scorpio, because the thing about the Libran energy, right, is that you're balanced and harmonious, but you can also cause the opposite. And I feel like the Scorpio energy in his chart, especially because it's centered around the Mercury, and it's centered around Pluto. Pluto is in Scorpio, Mars is in Scorpio, Mercury is in Scorpio. So his point of masculine expression, especially when it comes to situations that are about breaking down and rebuilding, especially on a societal level, is always going to be something that would trigger on upset people. It was always going to be, is what he's saying to me. And also when I look at his birth chart, people were always going to have a problem. There was going to be someone along the way that was going to have a problem with the kinds of things that he was saying. You could say naturally, for all of us, but like this is on a karmic tie level. This feels like the person who's the reason why he's dead was a karmic tie from a past life. Not his fault, but almost like his energy was followed into this lifetime. So like a gang stalking from the other side, which happens quite a lot. The North Node in Sagittarius, in a degree of, I can't speak at the moment. I shouldn't usually struggle with too much. In a degree of Leo energy. Again, I keep hearing point of expression. Very, very like, it was always going to be philosophical, and it was always going to be him speaking up in a way where someone could look at him and say hubris, maybe that guy's got a bit too much, that's hubris, or a bit too much ego going on. But it's more so the way that he exerts how passionate he is about something really comes through up and out from his voice regarding obviously matters. And that's where we would have seen him, become the activist he's become. So that was his point. I keep hearing point of expression. So when you look at where he was shot, let me just double check that. It's around that same region in that area. So this was an attack from the other side. Charlie Kirk. Death details. I've just scrolled down and there's a part on Wikipedia that says turning point action, and it's just standing out to me because I keep hearing the phrase point of expression. Yeah, he was fatally shot in the neck. So I was thinking, he was shot in the side of the head, the neck. That's literally throat chakra. So this was an attack on his expression. Stemming from a past life, but he incarnated in this life to make something balanced and fair. This almost feels like a karmic juror that he was. That's why the Saturn in Aquarius retrograde is really standing out to me, because this feels like, to me, in a past life he was on course, especially with the North Node retrograde, on a very similar path, but his conflicting issue would have been that's the energy. It's like it was like he couldn't get words out. He couldn't speak. In this life, it's like coming in boom bang with a birth chart and mathematics to your energy as a human being that says this person is going to be a very powerful speaker. So this is to rectify a past life, because I feel like there was a hindrance to, sorry about the sunlight coming in, but I'm going to let it. There was a hindrance to his throat chakra. But I'm hearing he does this quite often in lifetimes. He will, pick paths and roles that include him speaking up. It's not his first rodeo doing this. Because to have that Libra stellium tells me that the soul has gone through enough of the cycles, enough to be they've gone through enough to be a fair enough judge on a situation karmically. I do get the feeling he was suspecting something, but also it was he felt intuitive. So he could pick up on things feeling off, feeling weird, and like even just my struggles right now to talk, I feel like I'm probably absorbing some of his energy. So I don't know if maybe he stuttered a little bit, because I don't usually stutter, but I'm struggling quite a bit as I talk. So he's struggling to get something out towards the end of his life here. It does feel like intuitively he was suspecting something, but never that. I keep hearing him say, never that. I do not expect to be like conked out of this life like that, So that's really coming through strongly. His chart is also air heavy, so he's got like 11 air in his chart in comparison to 3 fire, 6 earth, and 7 water. So that's also a very, driven energy when it comes to speaking and expression. And the North Node in Sagittarius means that his what he speaks up about and what he would have established himself to be in this life that he would have just been in would always be something that would be, it could be taboos, or it could be more, I don't know, I'm hearing, not united, I'm hearing united, I don't know why it's coming through. You could have been a fan of football, something about that's coming through, that like American soccer, like soccer or something like that. God, I just started racing there all of a sudden. I do apologize about the door, it's very, very windy. And I can't get it to stay shut. So it feels like towards the end of his life, there was like turbulence. It does feel like in his crown chakra, he was dreaming a lot towards the end of his life. And he was seeing certain things. Like I keep seeing him dreaming of like having almost like nightmarish dreams. So he was very intuitive and very, very, very psychic. And for him, a lot of those intuitive downloads came from I'm getting the name Kane, came from I'm getting something about Canada being really important as well. Came from, I'm hearing the visceral. Something keeps interrupting the energy, God. And I've lost what I was going to say. I was going to talk about his carry-on in Virgo. So a lot of his intuitive downloads and feelings usually would be felt at heights when he was going through emotional heights. Because I do feel like he had a steady flow on a high, but sometimes he could crash kind of low. But I keep getting something about his internalization of something in his life. There's always been a lot, like he would have, okay, it's like a face for the public, but in your personal life, a lot would have been retained or held in ways that are quite suffocating for him. I almost feel like he saw the flash of I don't know if he was able to see like what angle the person shot from, and if he was able to see the gun in his line of vision, but I keep getting the flash. It's like something about seeing a flash, or like life flashing, like before his life flashing before his eyes. You know what I mean? I'm struggling a little bit here. This energy is very interesting. So his Lilith in Aries too, in a Capricorn degree. So your career energies, yeah, like he was perfectly on path. This is someone who was perfectly on path, on the divine path, and was taken off of this planet. because something they were saying and something they understood was compromising the identity and or the reputation of someone else. And so he was removed. And this does feel like a cover-up. So that's like kind of what I get when I tap into the energy. Obviously, this is like very, very brief in comparison to how in-depth I usually go. But like there's a lot of Virgo, Scorpio. Like this is a deep man, and this is someone who's very intellectual and someone who could really apply the words. I just realized I've barely pulled it. I haven't even used cards. I've just been channeling the whole time. So I guess I'll grab a couple. I'm hearing I forgive him though. I forgive him though. So this is the soul that has a lot of compassion. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. Like I feel like he achieved the things he wanted to in his life, and that's really good, but it wasn't his time yet to go. There was so much more he was meant to do. But as for where he was at his age, he already achieved so much and his soul desires. So it doesn't feel like he's telling me, you know, obviously when someone's life gets cut short before they're meant to, you know, there are things you're meant to do as a soul that you couldn't get to do, but he's saying I already did so much of what I wanted to do that I can still consider this lifetime complete, which I think is really, really beautiful, because he really dedicated his heart and his soul to the things that matter to him, and in his career and stuff like that is coming through very, very strongly as well. Temperance reverse coming out. That's the Libra and Chaos I was getting, and the Two of Wands reverse. And can you show me the energy of the person that was the shooter, please? Thank you. I keep picking up on jealousy, like a jealousy killing as well. Yeah, I just realized too, the Temperance reverse next to the Nine of Cups is a little bit sus to me. I don't know why it's giving me the energy of like someone who has achieved what they have and they're happy, and then someone who, due to, I guess, a lack of self-love, man. Shit. Due to a lack of balance and harmony within their own self, ends up harboring like jealous feelings. So I keep hearing jealous killing. This still feels like a cover-up. And then I'm hearing what's there to cover up. The Towers also come out. The Fool reverse, and then the Page of Wands, and this is for the person that would have been the shooter. Obviously, he's not having a good time, is he? The Tower. This killing felt very spur of the moment, but also premeditated at the same time. Like almost the idea being there, but not the plan. That's what it feels like when I tap into the energy of the person. And, you know, whoever this is, they've got no life ahead of them. The Fool reverse, like, they got no life ahead of them. They're basically fucked. 6 ways to Sunday. But I do feel like there's a possibility that whoever this is a fool guy. I don't know why I keep hearing racially motivated as well. So, like I'm hearing white supremacy. So I don't know if there was, like, someone who was viewing his work and thinking, like... because, you know, when you talk about conservatives and being on the, wasn't he the right-wing political, I don't know too much about politics, so I could be really wrong, so correct me if I am wrong. I kept channeling the name Tyler, you guys. Remember I kept channeling the name Tyler? I've been channeling it for weeks on my other channel. I don't know if you like caught it in the past because I kept getting it, and then I just realized the shooting suspect is someone called Tyler. So that's like... I keep hearing dirty work. What are the circumstances around Wireless shooter shot. Ah, there you go. That's why I keep hearing fall guy, puppet, bottom of the deck. This feels like someone else's order, someone else's idea, and then this is the person that takes the fall, but this is the person that does it as well. I don't know what he would have been promised. I don't know what he would have been promised, but it is what it is. Excuse me. It's still going, isn't it? Let me pause. It's still going. I didn't have to pause. Okay, amazing. Anyways, it is what it is. Come it out. Yeah. Look at the energy of these two cards. Puppet, it is what it is. It's kind of like accepting your fate and doing something because someone's telling you to do it. And I do pick up an energy of this guy already having a criminal record or something hidden, something he's already done that like isn't okay. And I'm getting something about negotiations. I'm like, okay, if you do this, we will keep this, because that's the cycle of energy with Charlie Kirk's death. He was speaking up expression, something being stifled. It's the cycle of energy playing out not only with him. I'm hearing on my knees too, begging on my knees. I don't know why it's coming through, but the cycle that's playing out energetically with the person that would have murdered him. And I keep doing this in this reading, so obviously the person that murdered him is going here. Okay. Yeah, I really do feel like Charlie reached his peak in 2024 or around that era. Time is coming through very strongly as well. But this is just some of the information I have. I hope it helps you guys out if you're interested. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can find all the information down below. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I'll see you in the next one, okay?